Hello, namaste everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. This video is for Gemini ascendants or zodiac sign like Gemini moon sign. For you, how Jupiter transit in your zodiac sign is going to be. Okay, so Jupiter is going to transit on 14th of May and it is going to stay for approximately 1 year in the sign of Gemini in your ascendant or over your moon. So before going ahead, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe it and hit the bell icon below so that you get regular updates. Also, if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below www.anmollastrology.com. Under the readings and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. You can also opt in for online courses that is available in the same link under courses option. Okay, so before we proceed with this video, there are two videos to which the link I'm going to attach in the description box. The link for the Jupiter's transit in the sign of Gemini, introductory video, and the Muhurat chart for Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. So you can go ahead with it and understand what does Jupiter will mean in the sign of Gemini, and further come back to this video so as to get a clarity of how it is going to affect you. Okay, so before this, let's understand what is the first house, because Jupiter is transiting in your first house in the sign of Gemini. So first house is the most important house of the D1 chart. It is your soul purpose. It tells why your soul is back here into this universe, into this world, on this earth, that what you need to do by coming here. So first house is the basis of whole of your chart. It is the foundation of your life. So now Jupiter is transiting here. First house is about your self-confidence. It's about your self-identity. It's about about you, yourself, your appearance, your inner qualities, your nature. It's the house of your independence. It's the house of your success, your health. This is the first house from the Kalpurush Kundli, and it tells about your brain. It rules the natural, the sign of Aries. So it rules your actions, your brain, what goes on within your mind. Right? So when Jupiter comes into the first house, this is an extremely important transit for you people. Now, for Jupiter, I will just address the transit into a few words. Whenever and wherever Jupiter transits, it gives blessings. It expands. It will give you lessons. It will give you responsibilities. These are the four main things that you're going to experience with the transit of Jupiter. Now, without wasting any time, just let's dive into the chart and understand it better. So Jupiter right now comes into your ascendant. Very important house. So what Jupiter will do? See, Jupiter brings in heaviness and it makes you acknowledge your responsibilities. First thing you will see is that you will suddenly start developing a very, I won't say a soft heart, but a very sympathetic heart towards others. You will start developing the need to help everyone, to take care of everyone, to feel that I am responsible for protecting someone. I am responsible for other people. That's because this house is the first and foremost dharma house, dharma sthan. This is Gemini. Geminis are very considerate of the people they love. Trust me on this. Geminis are the kind of people who can get, we call it as bechain, impatient very easily. These people know how to take care of their loved ones. Although they are very playful, they are, they are lively, they are comic, they hop from one place to another. They are the gossip queens. But still, these people are very considerate of the people they love, and they observe everything. When Jupiter is coming here, you want to fulfill your responsibilities. You want to feel you own yourself and everyone around you, not in a negative way, but in a way where you are taking the purest responsibility over your shoulders. You will start feeling that I have to guide people. This is an excellent combination for a person to gain knowledge, and not just knowledge from the books, but also from technology, technical knowledge. Jupiter coming into the first house also expands the first house. It expands your confidence, your ego as well, but it also makes you gain weight. And do you know what's the catch with Jupiter? When your mood is good, when you're happy, you are going to expand. When you're sad, when you're depressed, you're going to shrink. And you would see that happening with so many people with Jupiter ascendant, Sagittarius as ascendant. They're happy, they're going to expand in the whole room. They'll eat so much. They're foodie people. So when Jupiter is in your ascendant, you will gain weight, because now you'll start developing, you'll have that optimism within yourself. See, trust me on this, you would agree with me or not, but Geminis, because this is the natural third house, they are assumptuous, and they get depressed because of their assumptions. Although things might not be that bad, but they have extreme deep power of observance. So they observe every little thing, and they get affected by every little thing, even if they let other people know about it or not. Because of that, they end up having a dark side to their personality, also having a sad side or to their personality also. So now this Jupiter is going to help you understand your personality first. It is going to help you understand that what do I want? What I'm here for? What is my agenda of life? What is my purpose to be here? That is what you're going to look for. Now, this Jupiter turns out to be your 7th lord and your 10th lord. So you are going to own your authority. You're no longer going to be a follower. You're going to be a leader for this matter for 1 year. 7th lord coming into the first house, people are going to start getting attracted towards you. They're going to start having a philosophical approach towards you. They're going to feel like that you are advising what you're saying, that holds so much weightage, that is so valuable. And your partner is also going to feel very attracted towards you. So this is a very fortunate and good time for you people. But trust me on this, Jupiter brings in lessons. Jupiter brings in celebrations, but it also brings in moments where you will have a bit of sadness as well. As in, for example, when Jupiter comes in, Jupiter is the Jiva Karka, right? It is the seed. It is the Jivan. It will, in yourself, it will give something. It will give the birth to something within yourself. It will give birth to a new personality within yourself. It is the Jivan Data. It's the, the planet that gives life, but it is also the planet that takes away life. So whenever you are into a Jupiter's Mahadasha or Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, or a heavy influence of Jupiter, you will see souls departing in your surroundings as well. But one thing you need to understand, that with Jupiter, you also, it's like, Jupiter is a lamp, which wherever you put it, There is darkness beneath it, but the rest of the surroundings get enlightened. You will get the opportunity to help others, but you would see someone closer to you will end up into some problem, into some conflict. That could be someone from your family. Like maybe they are experiencing financial problem, but you will be fortunate enough to help them. Whenever Jupiter is in the ascendant, you always have your hand like this. You're always the giver. You're never the person who asks for money. You're never the person who, you know, gets something. You're that fortunate. Not just with money, but with knowledge, with education as well. Now, Jupiter in the first house, beautiful placement in Gemini. It makes you look into different ideas. It makes you an all-rounder person, all-rounder with dignity. Not like you know this, you know how to do this, you know how to do this, but you're not perfect in anything. It's like you know everything, but you're also perfected in everything. That's how this Jupiter works in the ascendant in the sign of Gemini. But since Gemini is not a very healthy sign for Jupiter to be in, it also gets you misunderstood many times. You have to like prove your self-worth there. Now, Jupiter is going to throw its fifth aspect over your fifth house. You would want to balance your relationship with your children if you have any. It could also activate this house, so it would also give you birth of a child. But most of all, this means that you already have children and you you consider you yourself to be their mentor, and you want to balance your relationship with them. And also you want to balance your relationship with your romantic partner. This Jupiter blesses this fifth house, so you get the karma, like good karma. It's purva punya bhava. You get the results of your good karma. This also is a very knowledgeable time. You increase your knowledge, you increase your investments, you increase your interaction, your romantic interaction. And with Jupiter in the first house in Gemini, you would feel highly sexual as well. You would want to have a romantic time with your partner. It's not, see, do not think that Jupiter in the first house, people can never cheat. That doesn't happen like that. You have to see the whole chart for that, right? But Jupiter makes you very busy because Brihaspati was most of the time busy helping and teaching his students. That's why Moon got his hands on his wife and then eloped with her, right? So although this is a time full of opportunities for you, but if you are married, if you are into a relationship, do not ignore your partner. Try to have a romantic, youthful, adventurous time. Jupiter is not it is not it is a sattvic planet, but it is not an old man who doesn't like adventure. Rather, you would see people with Jupiter prominent, they are more adventurous. They are so happy go lucky people. They always spread positivity and optimism in your surroundings, but sometimes they are very hard to deal with also, because they are very rigid also. They do not want to sacrifice with their freedom. They want to be free. And that's what you will feel. Now, the fifth aspect in the fifth house activates the fifth house. So it will activate the birth of a child. It will activate romance. Might even activate marriage opportunities for you. It will even activate you to go and study. Okay. Now the seventh aspect on the seventh house. Now remember, the seventh lord is coming towards you. People are going to approach you. Your partner is going to approach you for guidance, or so as to mend your wisdom. Your wisdom is going to get decided by your experience or your interaction with other people, and especially if you're married, within your marriage, or just for the matters of marriage. It will definitely activate marriage for you. Trust me on this, because Jupiter is going into the first house, then in October, from October to December, it will be in the second house, then it will go back in the first house. There's so much back and forth with your ascendant in the second house. So there are opportunities, so many opportunities in marriage, and also in career, in your self-confidence. So seventh aspect on the seventh house, that means you need to have a philosophical approach towards marriage, towards partnerships. First, this retrogression, why this retrogression is there? Because there is going to be a run and chase scenario with your spouse or the person you are going to get introduced to, and you would like to get married to. So there's going to be like tug of war, like run and chase scenario. That's why the back and forth things are that. But this definitely shows that you have to go to a warlike situation, or you have to fight. You have to fulfill that dharma of yours so as to get this marriage, or so as to settle your things with your partner. It's like a good fight. It's like a worthy fight. It can also make you travel at a distance, because this is a seventh house. This is all the way, towards the other side. This also will get activated by Saturn in the 10th house. So the seventh house is very important this year for you. The sign of Sagittarius in the seventh house, that's an important lesson for you. It's the seventh aspect of Jupiter, 10th aspect of Saturn. Right? So this calls for your abundance will come through this lesson, through relationships, partnerships. Okay. Now, your ninth aspect. Your ninth aspect is in the ninth house on the sign of Aquarius. This means you will learn your lesson from this ninth house, from your social circle, your social presence. You will learn futuristic planning. You will do changes for a better future. This is definitely the ninth aspect of Jupiter on the ninth house. Your father or a mentor. But you know what? You will also have Rahu here. So because of that, you are going to experience this, kind of, just 1 second. Since Rahu is also going to be in the ninth house, there is going to be the rebel-like situation with the gurus or your father or father figure. You will want to break the boundaries and do anything necessary to fulfill your desire. But the positive thing is that this Jupiter will try to control this Rahu. It will try to control it for you. Okay. So control, or I would rather say it might expand this energy of Rahu, but definitely since it is Jupiter, it gives that expansions in a positive way, only for the positive agenda. Okay. So now let's talk about the planets. First, we have the sun. So if sun is in your first house, this is the time you'll feel at the top, very confident, very eligible to achieve your success. This is your third lord. Just be a little careful of not getting into unnecessary conflict and arguments with your neighbors or your closest friends. But this is your time where you'll get the opportunity to help them, to help yourself with your skills, to get respected for your actions, for your skills. This is a courageous time for you. You will feel, I own it all, and I'm going to give it back to the society. I'm going to give it back to my work. You're going to feel motivated, but along with that, you're going to get so many ideas. You are going to act like the eldest one, the responsible one. This is Sun, Jupiter coming over Sun. See, Jupiter coming over Sun can also suppress Sun. It's a heavy planet, but Sun itself is the heaviest. It's the largest. Its light is not something which can be dimmed by any other planet. So it calls for respect. It calls for pride. It calls for confidence. It calls for recognition. Okay, now next you have, but definitely a very skillful time, a time where you are going to get respected for your skills, for your talents. Just be aware of your attitude. That's all it is required. Next is Moon. So Moon in the first house, the second lord is in the first house. You naturally are fortunate when it comes to money. Money and family matters just automatically come towards you. Now Jupiter, being the 7th and the 10th lord, is coming on your second lord. Good time for your finances, good time for your possessions, good time for even getting married. Definitely you will have the most amount of liquid money than you have had earlier. This works with your skills. This works with your fame. This also works with your healing your relationships with others. Trust me on this. This Jupiter will help you stabilize your emotions and your decisions. Now you are going to own your decisions. No longer you're going to get confused or trying to get impatient. This is a time where you handle and tackle things with a very sympathetic and with a very kind heart, generous heart. But along with that, you will keep yourself safe. Along with that, you will stable your emotions and stable your decisions. Like, for example, you must have been like, this is a purely imaginative example. Suppose you have been in a relationship, you have had the hardest time to get out of it. You have been giving chances one after another to that individual. Now you will get the understanding that does this person requires another chance? And if you understand in yourself, no, this person does not, you're going to stick to that decision. Now you will get that power, you'll get that courage to stick to that decision, and someone new, someone worthy will enter your life, your family. This would even make you experience the nourishment, the responsibility of nourishing someone else. It could be your child, it could be your spouse. You just are at the top of the time with your nurturing skills. This would also enhance your skills, your communicative skills, your skills that you do with your hands, any sort of skills that you have. Okay, now next is Mars. So Mars in the first house in the sign of Gemini. It's the 6th lord and the 11th lord. It activates your 6th house and your 11th house. There are disputes you'll have to handle with your relatives and with your social circle. You'll have to correct your social image. You'll have to take the responsibility of your actions towards the society, towards your relatives, towards your extended family. Always, as I say, Mars in an air sign is non-focused or spreaded energy. Jupiter when comes over Mars in an air sign, it says, stay where you are. The blueprint is formed, wherever that energy is spreaded. Now, Jupiter wants you to look into each and every area where that energy is and take responsibility for that actions, for that area, for the energy that you're putting in, and for the aggression you're coming out with. You definitely are going to fight for yourself. This is a self fight. You will feel aggressive, but for some good motive. Your aggression would only come in when you'll have to take a stand. Suppose you have been a person who has compromised, not taken a stand for himself. Now is the time when you stand up for yourself, when you prove yourself, when you're like, I'm going to fight for this. This will even give you a higher status. This can give you the responsibility towards your health. So you might have to require healing towards your health. This also means that you will expand your social circle. You will expand your social presence. Right? Yeah, that's about it. Now, next will be Venus. Venus in the first house in Gemini, that is the lord of the fifth house and the 12th house. There is a time when you will feel lost in love, but you will gain in love as well. This is a beautiful time for you to be in love, beautiful time for your romantic life. Maybe this is someone either you know since your childhood, or you know this person from a distance. This person is currently at a distance. So it's a romantic time. It's a time where definitely it calls for marriage. It's activating Venus. It's activating the fifth house, also the second house when the retrogression happens. So it's a beautiful time for that. It's a time where expenditures are going to take place. Of course, if you're going to get married, there are going to be some expenditures you have to take care of. This also means this will give you money. This will give you monetary success, your savings, gain from investments. You will be doing expenditure on yourself also for your upliftment. But this is a time which is creatively quite good, very knowledgeable time. But one thing you need to be aware of, whenever Jupiter comes over Venus, you become like a person who is just not welcoming the opinion of others. Because Jupiter is a guru of the Devatas, Venus is the guru of the Asuras. That's why these people develop this energy that they are the most educated one. They are the most knowledgeable one. So they don't care about what other people say. They are like, I know it all. I don't need to seek guidance from you. So this is the problematic situation which happens with Venus and Jupiter. Although they're fortunate with monetary things, they're fortunate with luxury, and you will definitely, the activations are there. But just be a little careful with your attitude. This is going to give you, people are going to get attracted towards you. This is a time where you heal yourself from the past traumas and lead to a new beginning. Right? Now, next is Mercury. So for Mercury in the first house, in the sign of Gemini, it's your first and your fourth lord, then Jupiter is coming over it. You're going to, first of all, weight gain is going to be there. You're going to learn how to communicate, how much to communicate. You're going to create comforts for yourself. You're going to create business for yourself. This is a time where you will get business opportunities. This Jupiter will suppress your confusions with your work, with your career, and with your home. If you have been a person who has been traveling from one place to the other for, for making home, now you're going to get stabilized. Now see, all the Kendra lords is in your ascendant. Mercury is in the ascendant, and the Jupiter being the other two lords is coming into the ascendant. Although this becomes a Bhadkesh for you. So the obstacles will be there. The misunderstandings will be there. You will be misunderstood. But you will be able to form a wisdom. You will be able to learn through these things and work for your self growth. I'm not saying this time is hunky dory for you. This is a Bhadakesh coming into your ascendant. So you'll have to deal with obstacles first and then lead to a growth. This time you'll be learning so many things. You'll be getting a lot of knowledge which is practical, which is skillful. And then you'll be using that. But be aware of miscommunications, misunderstandings, and be firm with your decisions. Otherwise, this transit will be of no use. Okay. Now, next we have Saturn. So with Saturn in the first house, in the sign of Gemini, this is the lord of your 8th and the 9th house. You will have to deal with the wealth of your family, your in-laws. There can be a sudden event, sudden responsibility towards your health that you have to take care of. There is also going to be sudden responsibility that is going to come in terms of your career. And so as to fulfill your financial responsibilities and other responsibilities, you would want to make some changes within your career. Either you get a promotion, you apply for a promotion, you get a promotion, or you apply for a higher status job or higher status work. But definitely this is a time which is going to teach you so much. Hard way. It is not going to be soft way. It's a hard way. But definitely it will work towards your growth, a very stable growth. So it's like, it's like you are a diamond. You're being, hammered upon again and again and again and again so that the diamond comes out of you. That is this kind of a time period you're going to have. This criticism that you experience, you're going to get that criticism again. But now you will have the wisdom to fight for yourself, to stand for yourself, to take a stand for yourself, to now let people know that you are criticizing me, but that is helping me to grow. I'm proving my worth. Okay. Next is Rahu. This can be quite confusing for you people. Rahu in the ascendant in the sign of Gemini, that's already confusing for people. It's like it gives you a lot of illusion. It gives you a lot of confusion. Now you have the 7th and the 10th Lord coming over this Rahu. First of all, you're going to look for different ways, different eccentric, innovative ways to express your skills. It is going to confuse you, but Jupiter is also going to help with that confusion. Help defining that confusion. That confusion is going to make something good. It is going to expand your horizons of opportunities. This Rahu gives you excellent marketing skills. This Jupiter is going to enhance them. It is going to add value towards it. Okay, so it's an innovative time. It's a growing time. But on the other hand, this Jupiter will make you learn through this growth. It might not do it earlier. It might give you first everything, and then it will, stuck you or stick you with something when it will say that now you need to also learn that how to handle this growth. Of course, Rahu in the first house is very fearful. I call it as a very vehmy placement. Vehmy, superstitious placement. This Jupiter is going to make you learn how much you need to believe, how much you need to ignore. It is going to make you learn that being fearful is not going to help you, but being confident with yourself is going to help you with your growth. Okay, so there are beautiful changes that are coming in that might come in a twisted way, but that the result is beautiful. Now Ketu in the ascendant. See, Jupiter coming over Ketu in the ascendant, you will have to self-sacrifice. This is a time for you to make sacrifices, to help others, to think about others before you think about yourself. This is just a part of your karma. You will get problems with your interaction with people, because of which you will learn who wishes well for you actually, and who people are just there for gossiping, therefore taking benefit of you. It's a very philosophical time for you to understand yourself. This is a time where you communicate with yourself. This is a research-oriented time, researching about your personality. You're going to get to know a new you, yourself. This will help you with your research endeavors. This will give a direction to this Ketu. Jupiter coming over Ketu is once in a lifetime position. Trust me, take it like that. You'll understand why I'm saying this. Okay. Now, lastly, we'll have Jupiter over Jupiter, like a Jupiter natal return. Jupiter is your 7th and your 10th lord, and then Jupiter itself is coming there. This is your time to get stable. This is the time for you to gain your authority. Bring in some innovations within your career. Bring in communication, knowledge, teaching within your career. This time you can even either you start a partnership business or a contractual business, or you get married. This is a growing time for you. This is a time where you know what's the value of your efforts, what's the value of your skills. So it's a fortunate time. It's a time full of communication, full of connecting with people, reconnecting with people. But it definitely will make you first experience obstacles with all these things that I categorized that you're going to achieve. First, the struggles will come in. You will take the responsibility towards those. You will own it, and then you will finish them. You will be the heavier one over them. Okay, guys. So this was my analysis for Gemini individuals. I hope this helps. See you next time. Bye-bye. Take care.